The following program contains material that is not suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the Community Media Center Marin, it's marINSANITY.
All right, welcome to marINSANITY. How you guys doing tonight? Good, really good? Oh my God, this is a terrific crowd. Usually we have a gigantic crowd of like 8, but you guys sound at least like 10. What are you, like 20, 25, whatever? So if you weren't doing good, would you tell me tonight? No? Would you tell me? No, you probably wouldn't say it? No? It depends. You don't know. All right, you ready for a good night of comedy? Well, we'll do the best we can anyway. All right, so marINSANITY, I don't know if you know about this place here, Community Media Alliance. They have 3 different public access channels. We have 27, was it 26, 29, 31? One is, what is it? 26, 27, 30? Thank you. You should be up here instead of me. All right. Well, I know one, the way, you're what? You don't know by myself? Yeah, I'll learn eventually. All right. So one of them is for education, basically, kids and concerts and all that. The second one is for those really exciting, riveting supervisor meetings in town. I know you all go to those. And the third one is porn, basically. Because we got to make money somehow. I mean, look at this expensive backdrop, the whole thing, the set. We got to make money for something. All right. What about me a little bit? Well, Jill took most of my material to tell you about me. I work out a lot, but basically I'm just what I would call, functional fitness is really big right now. Have you ever heard of that? Functional fitness. It's about just getting you to do your body to do the right thing at the right time. Well, I'm basically just decorative. I don't do anything at the right time. I just have big muscles, So I decided to go for a run earlier today. I thought it would loosen me up for the show. And I ran for a while. It felt really, really good. And I got super, super tired. I got so tired. Oh my God. And I just had to stop and I couldn't keep going. And I had to go to work and it was so embarrassing because, I'm a fitness trainer. I should be able to keep going, right? So I was going to call an Uber, but I thought that was really kind of embarrassing too. So instead I called a Lyft to pick me up. All right. Anybody? There you go. Did you read today's PTSD alert on your phone? When your phone does that ding, you all have a cell phone that does the ding, right? Today's thing about Trump. What was the thing about Trump? Today was his lawyer's offices got stormed. Not only Stormy Daniels, but got stormed. Right? They did that, and they're all up in arms about that. It's not a big deal. It's not going to take him down. They basically just wanted the porn material. That's it. All right. Let's see. We got a couple comedians for you coming up now. We got, let's see, first one is when she's not writing copy, she's a marketing and advertising executive. Our first performer enjoys performing stand-up in venues all over the Bay Area. Please give a warm marINSANITY welcome to Sue Alfieri.
Guys, this is a new experience for me. We recently moved to Marin from San Francisco. Just another couple leaving, French restaurants and museums for trips to Applebee's and Kohl's. But when we were leaving San Francisco, our friends were like, "Oh, great, now we're never going to see you." And we were like, that's the point. So, yeah, that bridge is long. 2 miles. So we moved from San Francisco. I was feeling a little bit like it was such a shock because we were in New York City and then San Francisco, and then we moved to Marin, and we moved to this really quiet neighborhood called Terra Linda. Like, it's almost too quiet, except for the people who are walking their dogs back and forth in front of our house. Like, how many times do these things need to go out? Like, once, twice? So I said to my husband, like, I don't know, these people are up to no good. They're like waving at us and everything. So he's like, yeah, I don't trust them. So we got an alarm system. Yeah. And then the other day I was making our bed and I noticed he had a baseball bat on his side of the bed, like underneath the mattress, in case anyone in Terra Linda, wants to come through our window or have an impromptu Little League game or something. I feel like it's crazy. I recently started binge watching. I feel like I'm kind of late to the game on that front. But I feel like they should, instead of Netflix, they should call it Next Fix. Don't you? Because I feel like after a friend finishes a series, they're all like, what you got next? They're putting it on social media. They're like, oh, what else you got? No, Mad Men's too soft. Breaking Bad, that's too hard. I feel like it's this weird thing. But I just finished watching Breaking Bad, and that's 5 seasons. Like, that's a major commitment in my life. But now I'm breaking even, because I stopped going to work. But yeah, after Breaking Bad was over, I just felt like I had this void in my life. Like, I walked around aimlessly, like I didn't know what to do with myself. And I found out that I have PTSD. It's post-traumatic television series disorder. So that's great. But I also recently started working from home, which is something you do in the burbs. Now, like, my idea of dressing up is like wearing nice yoga pants. My ass has not seen a yoga studio or like done a downward dog in a good year, but anytime you guys want to go, I'm your girl. I'm ready for you. The downside of working from home is that there's no real distinction between your day wear and your night wear, much like some of you people, I think, can agree. But the other day, I just rolled right out of bed and walked my daughter to school. And now I have to stay 50 feet from the 5th grade boys. So, yeah, I'm guessing a hot pink teddy was not the best pajama choice that night. So, whoops, you live and learn. We have 2 kids. One of them was planned. So we basically had the second kid to keep the first one occupied and take some of the pressure off of us for having to play with her. And I just call them first one, second one until I like them a little more, and then I'll name them, I guess. But sometimes we watch them playing together, and we're like, oh, that daycare did a great job. Yeah. When I was going back to work as a marketing executive, my friends were like, how could you let someone else raise your kid? And I was like, how could you not? Like, these people have degrees in child development. I have a degree in marketing, so I can sell my kids, and that's about it. And let me tell you, the ROI on these kids, not high. So I know that, like, I spend money on gymnastics and, like, Little League and, I don't know, ceramics. But do I get a thank you? No. But I know I'm going to get, like, a middle finger or, like, bitch when I turn around in a couple of years. So there's that to look forward to. I'm married to an Italian chef. And let's just say that my excitement over his bucatini is not the only thing I'm faking. Yeah. Especially when his souffle doesn't rise. So, yeah, woo! Yep. But he's type A for asshole. Not that he is one, but I think just in general. And I'm type B for better. So, like, he puts, he sees a speck of dust on an end table and he puts a coaster on it. I mean, he puts, he scrubs it. But I, as a type B person, put a coaster on it. And then he sees the glass as half empty, and I don't even see a glass. I just keep refilling them. And then he collects them at the end of the night and then shows me that I have a drinking problem. So, and the other night he was like, I just realized something. I think you have a lack of sense of urgency. And I'm like, you just noticed this now? I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, I was like, what are we doing? Our Q1 reviews here, buddy? Because I've got some KPIs for you. So he's crazy. But I recently had to have the talk with our 7-year-old daughter. And I feel like it's happening earlier and earlier these days. It's crazy. So I got down on her level and I was like, honey, if you want to stay in the Bay Area, I'm going to need to see your business plan. All of our business plans are pretty lucrative at this point, except for the little guy. I mean, he's all, wipe my butt and get me some milk. I'm talking about my husband. And that's about it. That's my time. Thank you.
Really good. All right, let's hear it for Sue Alfieri. Pronounce every syllable, Alfieri. All right, you guys, you warmed up finally. When I was here, you were kind of like, meh. It's like your meds hadn't kicked in yet or something. I don't know what happened, right? So anyway, quiet again. Okay, all right, our next comedian is a longtime graphic designer and award-winning public speaker. He also produces the popular Kingpins of Comedy in Sonoma County. Ladies and gentlemen, please give some love to John Lear.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for coming out and having a good time tonight. Oh, yeah, give it up for me. Give it up for the guy who looks like, yeah, thank you so much. The guy who looks like your 8th grade science teacher. That's fun. Yeah? The guy who looks like he's here to fix all your IT problems. That's hot. Okay, maybe not so much. I am originally from San Francisco. Who do we got from the area here? No, kind of, sort of. You're all transplants. You've all just moved here with money. Is that what happened? All right. I'm from San Francisco. I was born in San Francisco in Summer of Love, 1967, to hippie parents in the Haight-Ashbury district. And I'm not saying they did a lot of drugs, but my first pacifier was a broken hash pipe. So that's a lie. It wasn't broken. I'm from Sonoma County. You might have heard we had a little bit of a hot streak about 6 months ago, if you're aware of that. We had a conflagration of sorts. We had a wildfire actually in the city, and that was bizarre. And I was just at home doing nothing at 2 a.m., and there was a pounding on my door, and this just boom, boom, boom. And there was a fireman at my door, and my wife's like, "Is it my birthday? Is this for me?" Is this good? Because I was hoping for a policeman, but I'll settle for this. This will be fun. I'm like, no, this was not planned. I'm like, you're not a stripper, are you? You're not, right? You're not. Okay, good. Good, because you could be, because look at you. Oh, you hunky man. But no, he turned out to actually be like, no, you've got to evacuate people. And I found out something about myself. In times of crisis, I am a liar. Yeah, no, it's true, because every time we packed everything we could into the car and started driving away, and every question they would ask, I would answer with the same answer, which is, yes, I packed that. Every time. Like, did you get our IDs? Yes. Yes, I packed that. Did you get our warranties? Yes. Of course, I packed, yes. Did you get my dildo? Yeah. What? That is a weird time to find something out about your oldest son. I will tell you that. That was a new, but I did pack him. So it turned out fine. It was fine. It was great. But one of the weirder things was that was the same month later. We came back in a week, and right after that was Halloween. And a lot of my neighbors thought, hey, I know what let's do. Let's dress our little toddlers like real heroes, firemen. What's the last thing I want knocking on my door in the middle of the night? Right? They're like, knock, knock, trick or treat. Ah! It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. I just punched him. In the face. I didn't know what to do. Batman, I gave Snickers. Fireman, boom, right in the face. I didn't do it. Couldn't do it. So one of the weirder things about the whole fires was everybody was so nice. Did you see? Like, I mean, maybe there was like a trickle effect down here for you guys. I don't know. But in Sonoma County, everybody was like, no, go ahead. No, you go ahead. No. But after a while, it was like, just go. Would you just go already? Just go. You know, they're like, I can't take it. Just Sonoma strong, but fuck you. At the same time, maybe that was just my church. I'm not sure. But it was a difficult time for a lot of people. We got any dog people in the house? Yeah. Dog people, a couple of you? Like the rest of you, they're like cats but bigger, and they love you. Remember those? Yeah, you've seen them. I have a cockapoo that I love, which sounds dirty twice. I'm sorry. That's it's just a Cocker Spaniel Poodle mix because I'm white, and we have to get that designer dog. That's the law. And we love him, but I just took him to the vet, $1,400. Yeah. Right? Yeah, for a boob job. That's crazy, I thought. I mean, I know he wanted it, but still, I was like, hey, that seems a bit much. Granted, we got the nipple ring package, but because we're woke. But still, I was like, I feel it seemed a bit much to me. I don't know. But it was his bar mitzvah. And We're not Jewish, but he is. And that Moyle was pissed. I'll tell you that. Okay, that's gross. All right, moving on. One Jewish person in front here, like, that's funny. Okay, good. Any married people here today? Just by applause or like, no, just by sadness? By sadness. Any married people? Just like, hey, yes, I agree. My life is over with the person I chose a long time ago. Anybody? No? I am one of those people, but I have to admit, like, I am not good at relationships because I'm 50, still on my first wife. And that's, yeah. In California, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I should be at 3 by now. That's a level 3. But we celebrated our 27th anniversary recently, actually. Yeah. And I will say it has been 18 happy years that I'm pretty proud of. Yeah. A lot of work went into that. Yeah. My wife hates that joke. She's like, it's been 14, maybe. Really, not so much. Where are my drug people at? Drug people? Yeah, this looks like a total drug crowd. We got my chronic users over here, my crack users over here. We'll have a back and forth later. I have never actually, I'm the only, I do with comedians, I'm the only guy I know who's never actually smoked pot. Which I think just goes to show that heroin's not the gateway drug. We thought it was. I actually think of tobacco as the real gateway drug. Because that's what my mom was on for years and years and years, and then eventually she moved on to harder stuff like chemo, and that was difficult. No, not so much. You know who loves that joke? People in the chemo ward. They think that joke is hilarious. The people who don't like that joke are people who don't have anybody else in the chemo ward. So that's a tough one. I apologize. Well, my wife and I, we are trying to improve our sex life a little bit. And so she said, hey, why don't we role play? And I was like, I got the fireman outfit. We can totally do that, right? And she said, no, how about you be my daddy? I was like, okay, I guess. Let's try that. So I left 2 weeks ago and haven't been back. That's it for me, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Give it up for your host, Anthony. Woo.
All right, a big hand for John Lear. As in King Lear. He made me say that. All right, so how are all you people doing tonight? You doing good? Very good. I know you love me. I love you too. I'm very lovable. That's it. Our headliner tonight is internationally touring comedian whose appearances include Scotland's I can't talk, but I'm the president, who cares? Prestigious Edinburgh Festival. His debut comedy album, Amazing Probably, was what kind of title is that? Was number 3 on the iTunes last year. Say hello to Sid Singh.
All right, that was weird, right? Cool. I'm Sid Singh. I'm your comedian. We'll just be honest, right? I think it's nice, man. I just got back from Europe, yeah, which makes me the first American to go to Europe to get away from Nazis. It's fun. By the way, that's all they want to talk about, if you're wondering. They don't have any other questions. They are just like, tell us about Charlottesville. And so I got to explain Nazis to Germans. And it's tough, because I don't know if you watched the protests in Charlottesville. Not only do we have Nazis, but America has goofy freaking Nazis, right? If you watch in Charlottesville, every Nazi got a tiki torch. Which is weird, right? Because you have to be like, no, you don't understand. See, our Nazis are really into white supremacy and Hawaii. Those are their two things. And, like, there is a part of me that wishes I was white enough to, like, infiltrate them, you know? Just to, like, see, like, how Hawaiian I could make them before they figured me out, you know? Just to be walking around and be like, that's right! The white race is the master race, and we will discuss this further at my luau. Whoa, hey, guys, whoa, we will be eating traditional Nazi cuisine, all right? I'm talking roast pig and pineapple. Just like Adolf used to make. No? Okay. I know this has bummed some of you out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. As us Nazis say, aloha. Cool. It's weird going to Europe, man. It's weird traveling. I'm from the Bay Area, California, and it's interesting. I've learned I no longer judge a place's diversity by what race you guys are, by what race you think I am. That makes sense? Like, I grew up in the Bay Area, and in the Bay Area, I am Indian. Correct. And in London for 4 weeks, I was American. Also correct. But I lived in New York City for 4 years, and for 4 years in New York City, I was Mexican. Yeah, so Mexican. And here's a problem. New York City does not like Mexicans, all right? No one ever came up to me and was like, hola, ¿cómo estás? You know, or even just like a lame, like, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Like nothing. But what happened 3 times my first week in New York was some go, hey, get the heck out of the way, Jose. Yeah, which, you know, rhymes, but it's still pretty racist, right? We can agree pretty racist? You can't Dr. Seuss your way out of racism. There's no such thing as a whimsical racist, right? You can't just be skipping along and be like, 1 fish, 2 fish, a red fish, Jewfish. You can't. That is only racist. You have only made your rabbi cry, right? And it's crazy because we are the Bay Area, California. We are the most diverse place on earth. Like, we have so many different people doing different things that if we're being honest, we just have different stereotypes. Like, I'm gonna do an impression of my friend Jeff, and then I want you guys to try to guess what race you think Jeff is. Sound good? You guys look so nervous right now. They're gonna cut to the audience. There's gonna be at least 2 of you being like, this is a real person. This is a conversation we had many times in junior high. Yo, dog, you wanna play some basketball? Bro, stop being a bitch, bro. Let's go play some ball. Oh, for real, homie? For real? You gonna be doing some homework? Dog, you being a straight bitch right now. You know what? I don't freaking need this. I'm gonna go to Jamba Juice. Peace. Yeah. Jeff is Japanese. That is how diverse the Bay Area is, okay? I am an Indian guy doing an impression of a Japanese guy doing an impression of a white guy doing an impression of a black guy from 2002. That is too diverse, right? Even Martin Luther King was like, I had a dream. But Jeff needs to wake up because we are not there yet. That is some Inception shit right there. It is very uncomfortable when an entirely white audience agrees with that joke. I found out just now. Cool. I feel like the last time a brown guy was in front of this many white people, he was asking for his country's freedom. But I think we're doing well, okay? So don't worry about it. It's weird being back in the Bay Area, man. Like, I was hanging out with my father because I'm a real cool guy. And I think I've come to realize my father is an amazing father, but he's a terrible dad. All right, let me explain. He sat me down recently and he was like, listen, I would sell my house if it helped you quit comedy and go to law school. Because you might be 31, but you're still my son, darn it. Yeah. And that's amazing, right? That is amazing to be willing to sell your house for me. But on the other hand, I'm 29. So he wasn't even close, right? Like, even props for trying, but try harder. Like, if you want to know how old I am, all you have to do is remember you were there the whole time. But that's where my father's always been. You know, he's always wanted to do his best. He just hasn't always said his best, you know? Like, him and my mom used to fight all the time when I was a kid. And afterwards, he'd come up to me, he'd be like, don't worry. No matter how much we fight, we would never get a divorce, okay? We would never do that to you. Yeah. Which is crazy, because even as a kid, I knew if your parents get a divorce, that is not your fault. But if they stay in a terrible marriage for you, yeah, that's your fault. That is 100%. What a selfish 8-year-old you are, right? I mean, 50-50 if you have a little brother, but otherwise. Stop waiting for your balls to drop and tell your parents to split, you know? This is good. This has worked out. A I'll leave you guys with this. I used to perform for the troops a lot, which is always a great honor. But they don't tell you how scary that is when your face is this one. They don't. But I think it went really well. I think the reason why is because I have this amount of facial hair, you know? Because if I grow it out completely, then it's like terrorist. But if I shave it off completely, then it's like lesbian, which is meaner. You know what I mean? It's meaner. All right, cool, guys. I'm Sid. Have a nice time. Peace.
All right, thank you, Sid. All right, any Trump supporters in the audience? No, quieter than ever, right? All right, just wanted to ask. You never know. My father is a staunch Trump supporter. I think there's one in every family. You have to learn how to deal with them, treat them well. They know what they not do, right? Okay, I remember he was at jury duty. And he thought that he would, and everybody who wants to go on jury duty, right? Everybody hates it, pretty much. Everybody wants to get off of it, pretty much. So he stood in the line to get out of being in jury duty. And he stands in line. There's all these people that are immigrants that he can't stand, of course, because he's a Trump supporter, in front of him. And they're giving excuses like, oh, no, I can't do the jump because I cannot see, no, I can't do the jury and the whole thing. And then another one did the same thing. I can't do whatever. My father goes, I'm going to not be like these people. I'm going to stay and be on this jury and do my patriotic duty. And so he gets to the judge, and the judge says, why do you want to get off the jury? And he says, Judge, I've decided I want to stay on the jury because I want to make America great again. And he throws him off the jury. All right, thank you. All right, finally. All right, so I want to thank all our comedians tonight. Sue Alfieri. All right. John Lear. And Sid Singh, our headliner. And my name is Anthony. Thank you so much for coming out tonight to MarINSANITY. Hope you have a great evening. All right, good night.